Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of CS Cyber. I'm Chad.
I'm Sean.
And today we are finishing up our NIST 800-171 series. Over the last 15 weeks, we've been going through each objective, one by one. So today we wanted to really kind of wrap up the series and lead the audience with some practical steps to achieve NIST 800-171 compliance, whether it's part of CMMC or if you're just looking for an industry standard framework to align yourself with. This is a good one.
Yeah, got to start with something.
That's right. So we have 10 steps here that we think really kind of encapsulates the entire objectives and what's the word I'm looking
for?
Requirements of NIST 800-171. So let's just kind of jump in, right? So step one, identify your classified CUI data.
Yeah, you got to know what you got.
Right. So this is really all about like inventorying your data, understanding what's CUI. And really, the best place to start here is in your contracts, right? So review your government contracts, understand what CUI is, how you may be creating CUI data, and where that is stored within your system.
Can I also throw in that also includes, I know you have it in here as email, but that does include email conversations. And I think one of the easiest quick wins for that is using the Outlook tagging feature.
Yeah,
where you're able to set up like color-coded tags. So if you have a Navy contract and you are having conversation with the Navy about that you can just set up a filter that says, anytime I get an email from the Navy from this address, tag it as, Navy CUI or something.
Right. And that's what's so tough about CUI, right? I mean, it's got to be classified.
Right.
So,
all right. What's two?
Build your core documentation, right? So for NIST 800-171, you're going to need a system security plan and you're going to need a POAM. So definitely recommend you starting there. Sometimes that system security plan is long. It's big. I mean, it's quite an undertaking, right? So don't get overwhelmed. I think just open a template and start with 5 to 10 controls that you satisfy and how you satisfy those, right?
Yep.
So,
and the POAM, the plan of action and milestones, is going to be where you're actually setting the timelines, right? The actual dates.
Right. And I think once you've identified those gaps, I think you have about 180 days to remedy those. And that's an evolving process, right? Things will go on and off your POAM as your infrastructure evolves.
I think that's a good suggestion, though, in our notes here about just opening up a blank document and listing 5 to 10 controls that you meet today. That'll at least help with writer's block and get you somewhere.
I think just working in this environment every day with compliance and customers, right? Sometimes getting started is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Right? It just seems so daunting, so overwhelming. Like the environment just seems enormous. So you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? So take little bites and just kind of chip away at it. It's definitely not an overnight process. So if you're expecting to go from nothing to NIST 800-171 compliant,
it's not going to happen
in a month. Not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a journey.
Yep.
All right. So step 3, lockdown access, identity access management, MFA, remote privilege. Know who's coming in and out of your environment.
Yeah, and I'll just add making sure that multi-factor authentication is set up correctly too. There's a lot of this that has to be, it's not just a checkbox. It's got to be set up right.
Yeah. And it's really the quickest win, right? I mean, enabling MFA on either SaaS applications or applications internally isn't really that difficult anymore. There's a lot of platforms that can help with that. So number 4, empower your people with training.
Yeah, this is
all your people with training.
Yeah, and this is a good opportunity to bring our platform in, Cybersecurity, to allow to not only just keep them up to date on current tactics and techniques so that they can be more aware, but bringing in custom video solutions that we can load into the platform to keep everybody updated in more timely manner.
Right. I personally like Cybersecurity. It's a lot quicker. It seems a lot more like just intuitive and just kind of works more better.
Cleaner.
Works cleaner, more better. I said that as a word.
More better's fine too.
No, it's not more better. It's
the internet will let you know about that.
Yeah, right. Leave a comment.
Yeah, they will.
But yeah, it's quick, it's easy, it's cost effective, it's easy to set up. It's really a quick win in the security realm. So,
Absolutely.
Implement auditing and monitoring. That's tough for a lot of people.
Yeah, centralized logging is difficult. Back in the day, there's a lot of like free syslog tools and things that you can put in place. And if you have to do that, that's a start. But you've got to start collecting the logs and collecting them correctly.
Yeah. So a SIM environment. If you're not collecting logs, you're never going to know what's happened.
Right.
Right. So that's really a critical step. Write and actually use policies.
Yeah, but that's boring.
Yeah, nobody likes that. It's everyone's least favorite part. So access control, password policy, remote access policy, incident response plan, audit and logging policy, system security plan, POAM. That's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of writing involved with this. But I feel like it's you have to say what you do and then prove that you do what you say.
Yeah, but I'm not a lawyer, but I've listened to enough of bad things that have happened to organizations. If you write a policy and you don't follow it and something happens, but you have a written policy in place, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So if you write something down, you have to follow it.
Definitely don't get a template off the internet and make it your own.
Not for this stuff.
Because, it's got to be realistic. If there's no way you can support that policy, it needs to be changed. It doesn't matter if it's coming down from the top. Then that's even better. If it's coming down from the top, then give us the resources and things we need to support this policy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or there's going to be problems. So secure your endpoints. We talked a lot about EDR. We talked a lot about inventory assets, knowing what's out there. I'm going to talk a little bit about EDR.
Yeah, endpoint detection and response. There's a lot of those types of products out there, people that have bolted on the words EDR. We use the 40 EDR product. I think we're really good at it. I think we're different than your SentinelOnes and your CrowdStrikes. So just partnering with an organization that can deploy those assets correctly, and then manage and monitor them from a SOC.
All right. Manage vendors and supply chains.
Yeah, that's missed a lot.
Right. So you got to have a vendor management program. Ask for SOC 2s, ask for like what they're doing, how your data is used, especially in SaaS apps. A lot of people just sign up and they click the I agree box. And somebody around here always says, if the product's free, then you're the product, right? So
right.
Keep that in mind with what you're sharing out there.
That's not wrong.
No. Test your incident response capabilities. If you don't have an incident response plan, you're absolutely going to need one for NIST. That has to be something that's actionable.
Yeah.
I feel like I see a lot of templatized, pretty 90-page incident response plans, and I walk into an org and there's no way they can do this, right? So
yeah,
that's a policy, that's a plan that has to be actionable. If it's one page and you call the MSP or your security provider, you got to get the ball started somewhere, right? So everyone's got to know what to do.
Yeah, but like even just not to overwhelm people, but even if you just sit at the table at lunch and talk about a 1-hour tabletop scenario, pretend like all of your servers have ransomware. What do you do? That's a thing.
Yeah, and that's
right?
quick and easy.
You got to
right?
eat your ham sandwich anyway. You might as well talk about something.
Right. All right. Number 10, continuously improve.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a one and done type thing. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's really a change in culture. It's really a change in how you think about things. And how you think about things will evolve over time, right? So definitely pull this out. It's something that has to continuously be reviewed, continuously worked on.
Yep.
There's really not a time of the year that we're not working on our own, right? So
correct.
So yeah, keep it out. Common pitfalls.
Yeah, how do we avoid pitfalls?
Just ignoring documentation.
That's that part where I said don't write something if you're going to just ignore it.
Right. And then just getting started, right? Write a loose policy. If you already have something, build upon that. You don't have to start from nothing. There's a lot of things out there. We have things that can help you. We have templates. We have guided templates.
Right.
We have consulting services. I see this a lot. People just overcomplicating it. We have tools that will really kind of simplify this for you. It's not as difficult as opening a spreadsheet and just looking at it and saying, like, what do they even mean by this?
Well, and I'd say probably one of the big things with us is we've spent so much time looking at all these different tools that we've already tool shopped for you.
Right, exactly. Neglecting people. Technology isn't going to secure you alone. I think I'm a big proponent. I think people are your greatest asset or your greatest weakness. It's really how you prepare them. And everything that they learn at their job is going to only benefit them in real life when they're doing their online banking or whatever.
I agree.
Assuming IT has it covered. I see this a lot in the field, right? People just assume that our IT has it covered, and IT is really keeping the lights on and supporting the business and projects, right?
I agree. I think a lot of organizations assume that and I think on the security side, to a certain extent, this is true as well, but I think a lot of organizations just say, well, I'm paying X, Y, and Z X amount a month, so I assume they're doing everything.
Right.
And that probably couldn't be farther from the truth. So you have to look at your contracts and look at what everyone's agreed to, right? And then address those gaps.
Right.
It could mean you have to pay more.
Yeah. But I think even like if you have an internal IT department that you just think has this, right? So I think the MSP comment was valid. But a lot of the things in the NIST framework is going to take management intervention. Like you can't just check out of this, right? And just think, oh, IT has all this covered.
Yeah.
I run into with policies and procedures a lot. I run into a lot of clients that they have no ability to push policy forward, right? They can write a policy, but it just goes nowhere. So assuming IT just can make all this stuff happen is a fallacy, and they really need support.
Yeah, got to have executive buy-in.
Right. I mean, there's so many.
Right. Yeah, I mean, no one owns the program. No one gets it done, right? So if you're just out there on an island by yourself and there's no one to help, again, from an executive leadership position, or you don't have a project manager or a CISO, a chief information security officer, there's no one to lead this and take it anywhere, to your point, right? That's not going to do it.
Right.
The yearly security awareness training stuff really's got to stop. That's become such a routine. Training is almost a joke now. I mean, almost no one is paying attention to it. We have actually gone to more on-site trainings now and starting to go on-site and do training because everyone is way more responsive, obviously, and attentive.
I think that's what's so great about the Site Awareness platform is because it is so frequent and it's so short and just kind of to the point, right? It's not the 45-minute training that I forgot as soon as I checked the box to submit.
Right.
So,
all right. Well, close us out here. So, what's kind of the final call here?
So you don't have to be perfect on day one, right? Start with what you have, take little steps, build momentum, and then grow and continuously improve from there, right? So if you need help, whether it's creating a system security plan, whether it's navigating the framework, we're here to help. You can check out our website. You can call us at securecyberdefense.com. Watch the podcast.
We also have a great nonprofit, the Go Cyber Collective, where we have a gentleman from Northrop Grumman that leads our DFARS and CMMC programs. So there's a lot of resources there. If you live in this area, in the Dayton, Ohio region, gocybercollective.org. Check it out. Third Wednesday of every month.
Yeah, that's grown substantially.
Yeah, a lot.
So, but that's all we got on the NIST framework.
Well, Chad, you did a great job. That was a lot to go through. 15 weeks. We got a lot of good feedback, I know, from outside about people that were listening and said that it really helped them just kind of break it down step by step.
Yeah.
And I promised everyone that we would talk about the next series for CS Cyber. So
what's it going to be?
Are you ready? I don't know where the drum roll button is on this thing, or I would hit it.
Just push a button. See what happens.
No, that's not the right one.
That wasn't it.
Yeah, that's probably not going to work out real well. All right. Well, that wasn't a good lead into the next episode series is going to be on water and wastewater. So what I hope to do is spend some time talking about control systems and how the water and wastewater system works and the importance of cybersecurity. So even if you're not even in that industry, I think you'll enjoy the series and us kind of picking apart that industry and, things about like SCADA and PLCs. And
I would say if you get water out of your tap at home,
you might have some interest.
You might have an interest.
Or if you flush a toilet somewhere.
That's right. If you want to know how the water works, tune in.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll start that next week and kick that off. And then I don't know how long that series runs yet. And then, we'll keep on going.
Yeah. I would say if anyone has any things that they're interested in, comment, let us know. I mean, we would definitely do some research and put together like a segment on it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have ideas past the water and wastewater series that you'd like us to cover, there's some other verticals that I think we have some interest in covering, like the financial sector, Securities and Exchange Commission type compliance standards. There's something, you want us to take apart, or you want us to talk about, or go a little bit deeper in, let us know.
Yeah, if you're having any problems, let us know because we want to dig into those, and that's what this podcast is about. It's helping people. So
it's for you. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening.
We'll see you next time.
See you next time.